This is the Lamentations of Fionn after 3 Guinness and half a bottle of Bushmills. Hard to believe that I, leader of the fearless Fianna and altogether giant of an Irishman, would be such an avid Simpsons fan. But for the purposes of this conversation, I am. For what is it your man Homer says after things go wrong in life?
Dough.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I felt after the loss of my first dear wife. Dear wife. You see, when the man says taking on a wife is a deer handling, I don't think he meant you should end up with an actual deer on your hands like I did. And hindsight is a funny thing. Well, you should try hind leg sight when the thing you're looking at shouldn't have them. How can a man make any future plans when those around him keep turning into animals? I was gazing out the window when I first saw it, grazing skittishly on the front lawn, chawing on my prized geraniums and sniffing around my cabbage patch. When I clapped my hands to shoo it away, it looked up at me with the big brown eyes. It was halfway to the woods before I realised it had a pendant on its neck. I could have given chase, but what would have been the use? To keep her around the house on a leash? As much of a sin as that might have been, it might have prevented me from making future mistakes. As the man says, better the deer than the rat. And I should have clocked that from the start. Grania. Grania. She never had a very nice countenance. Daughter of Con of the 50 battles, or whatever it was he liked to be called. He was a bully, a lout. Thought he was a big man after a few stout, but he wasn't fit to braid my hair. And more to the point, neither was she. So how then did she bring me to my knees, took everything I believed and called it into question? For what can a man depend on, if not his lover or his friends? And what happens when the two blend to commit an act of betrayal? Well, the answer's laying right here in front of you. The tongue lolling out of his mouth like a greyhound that's just run the 525 round Shelburne Park. And you'll have to forgive me for turning things a little dark, because if I had my time again, I still wouldn't save him. Still wouldn't cradle that water like the head of a newborn son. I'd do a lot worse than let it run through my fingers. I'd stick it in my gob and gargle it like mouthwash. Let it linger until he had taken his final breaths. And then I'd spit it in his face. And it'd be no more than he deserved. Thank you.